Hey everybody, welcome back to the Comic Wall. It's your girl, the Outcast Angel, and today let's talk about I forgot the number, issue 32 of Birthright. It's here, and of course, I'm late again. So, I mentioned this in one of my other videos. If, I know I'm like really late on certain videos. There's just a slew of comics that I haven't gotten to, and it surprises me it's already been a month on some of these, considering that with what I follow, Weatherman, Birthright, Thief of Thieves, and I think that's it. Of the ones I haven't done, come out this week, Wednesday, November. Yesterday was 11th, today's 12th, 14th, November 14th. So yeah, as I said in my last video, let me know what you guys want in the way of videos in this in these series, because if if you guys don't want these series, I want to know, so that way I can like stop taking up your feed with several videos of comics you're not gonna follow. I try to do reviews on these comics because they're great comics. They're ones I really enjoy reading and following. So if you guys aren't feeling the reviews, let me know. You guys are my biggest supporters. So I really want to make sure that you guys are being taken care of. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into it. So of course, jumping in, we jump back with Raya. What's her name? Um, yeah, Raya, who is getting a well getting help with her wings, which, as we saw in issue, this one's 36, right? No, 32. As we saw in issue 31, she got messed up pretty badly trying to get the Nevermind out of Mikey, and of course she got messed up in the process. Actually, it was issue 30. Excuse me. And it almost looks like she's going to lose her wings, and it looks really painful for one thing. And so we see the Rhodes family and Mikey, of course, um, waiting off in a room next door, and Mikey just hears her screams, and he is like, enough, like, you're hurting her, this needs to stop. But um everyone kind of like, just let this happen. Yeah, she's hurting, but the shamans are trying to help her. And so um Mikey goes into it um saying, I know my wife. I have been on the battlefield with her many times, and I know exactly how much of a warrior she can be. But today she is hurt because she sacrificed her wings to save me. This is my fault. I can't just sit aside while. And that's when his mom jumps in saying, Michael Aaron Rhodes. Ooh, like when you hear a mom voice through comics, it's a mom voice. Anyway, um, she goes into it saying, like, you will not step foot in that room. You let those witch doctors or shamans or whatever do what they need to do to help Raya. Um, and it's funny because he's like, my wife needs me, and that's when she says, your wife? I don't see a ring. I don't see no ring. Um, anyway, um, he continues to say that's not how things work on Terranos. But then she's like, well, explain to me, because you were missing for over a year and then show up as a grown man telling stories about a fantasy world. And Raya came looking for you. She clearly loved you, and I believed her story. For a moment, I thought our family would finally be reunited, but then Brennan was taken from us. Ugh, take a breath, sweetie. Um, and frankly, that should be our priority. Raya is fine. You've been cured of the Nevermind. Now what? And now we're going to find Brennan. Um, but then, um, the grandfather jumps in saying, Callista took Brennan because he has the powers of a mage, Wendy. I can help us find them. With Mikey's skills and our family's connection to the magic of this world, we'll be able to track them down. But then that's when Mikey says something interesting. He says, I refuse to be anywhere near magic. After all that experience with the Nevermind, to be near it now, I just can't. And that's when Raya comes in saying, "You've always feared magic, Mikey. That's why you've never bothered to learn it." And Raya doesn't have her wings anymore. That's gotta hurt. I mean, if anyone's seen Maleficent, obviously, that's like, wings are like your identity, you know? Anyway, she continues to say, like, it was worth it to finally get the Nevermind out of you. But your mother's right. We need to find Brennan. And we see little I can't remember her name. I don't think they have a name. They don't even remember the gender of the baby. But uh, like, this baby looks a little too young to be ready for tummy time. You know, it's like he's aging pretty fast. Anyway, um, uh, Mikey continues to say how, magic is dangerous. He doesn't want to be anywhere near it, and so they ask him, like, why are you so afraid of magic? And that's when we get this flashback, and we see this beautiful spread of a field of, well, desert rather, and we see I forgot his name. Um, what's his name? What's his name? What's his name? Hold on, let me figure out his name. Rook. There we go. Of Rook, Mikey, and the other kids that Rook has been training, and just beautiful job by Andrei, Bressan, and Adriano Lucas. They are a great team to have on this series, and I've said that about a lot of series, but like, each series has its own, I guess, tone to the story, and these guys really bring out the tone in this one. And so, yeah, great job to you guys. And of course, Mikey's younger here. He's messing around, and he says, um, he's really excited to learn about magic, and to, just to be, um, this great warrior of Terranos. But that's when Rook walks up to him and says, "Mikey, take a walk with me. Like, we need to talk." And that's when Rook sits down and says, "I wish to talk to you about the birds and the bees." Well, this got awkward. Um, Honestly, I've never had the birds and the bees talk. I had sex education in middle school, so I honestly think that's a better outlet. I mean, yeah, uh, it probably is a better bonding experience with parents and their kids. That's a little awkward to say, but I don't know. I support the thought of, well, the idea of sex education in schools. So, like, uh, just properness be damned. Anyway, Mikey's not all that interested in this talk, and that's when Rook is going into it saying, um, like, I've watched you grow in this world, and I often forget the instincts in our bodies. Your bride has already been selected. I brought you out here to learn about magic. You'll need it to navigate this world to defeat lore. And as he's talking, he's saying, but you also need to learn about love, Mikey. Feelings of love are powerful. I want you to be able to focus on your studies, but also manage your raging hormones. And as he's talking, he's failing to notice that there's this huge worm writhing about behind him, and then he gets ambushed. And of course, we see this beautiful spread again of the battle sequence between Rook and these worms, as he calls them hex hellions, which is an interesting thing to call these things. And they manage to capture him and drag him down into the sand, and that's it. They don't go after Mikey or the other kids. Raya being a younger Raya being one of them, but they only took Rook. And so Raya's saying they probably didn't kill Rook. They took him somewhere. And that's when Mikey says, Rook said, I need to find someone named Ramal, the lost city of Ia. Why? And obviously, Raya knows more about this. So she says, this lost city of Ia was created with old magic. That must be why Rook had brought us all the way out here, so that you could learn from stuff that has been around longer than lore. And so Mikey's uh, like, okay, then I'll go there and learn all the magic and save Rook. Well, obviously. And then we snap back to the present where Mikey's still going about it saying, magic hurts people. I've seen it used for good and bad, but magic is what kept our family apart. The Nevermind was magic. Lore is magic. Our family's history with magic is why Lore was able to gain power in Terranos to begin with. Grandfather knows this. The existence of magic and the mages that control it in this world doomed both worlds. And that's when the grandfather is saying, so that's it then. That's why you still believe I need to die? And you aim to cleanse the world of magic? And apparently Mikey is pretty set on doing that. But Raya gets in his head by saying, Callista, we both know what she is capable of. She will exploit your brother's potential, use his powerful connections to magic to get what she wants. And you can hide from this if you want, Mikey, but you will have to live with the fact that the very thing you reject has a hold on your brother. We freed you of the Nevermind. Only you can free your brother from Callista, but we will together. And that's when Mikey finally decides, I don't want you dead, grandfather. But after we do this, I'm quitting the mission. My pursuit of the God King lore has hurt so many. I can't help but feel that I should stop this path that I am on, so that after we save Brennan, our family's role in this fight may finally be over. And that's when we cut to this new city. I'm not sure exactly where we are. It doesn't. Oh, Paris. I see the Eiffel Tower in the background, and we see this. Well, obviously Callista is talking, and she's saying, we have art in Terranos, Brennan, but that is not what I find interesting about your world. Look before you. These people, happy families, going about their lives ignorant of the true world around them. That is art. That is what I want to witness and take in, what I want to appreciate. And that's when he says, my family will find me, Callista. I can feel them now. They have started to look for the magic in the world. And that's when he says, I'll show them that magic is awesome. And we get this page of Brennan just filled with raging magic. Not raging hormones so much, but yeah. So obviously Mikey's gonna have a hard time ridding the world of magic when his I think it was his older brother, is now, filled with magic. And so, with that being said, that's the end of this issue, and I was lucky enough to get a letter printed in this issue again. And so I start with, hello, Birthright team. Holy crap, Mikey is finally free. How boring. LOL. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad he's free, and finally able to move past lore, but I feel the Nevermind gave the story a little more conflict, especially to his character. It was a constant inner battle between him and that thing that brought the story forward. And that's when Sean Mackiewicz, the editor of the series, says, all I'll say is now that lore has been betrayed by the Chosen One, he's going to take that out on someone or something, like our entire planet. And Joshua Williamson, the writer of this series, says, change is good. It's all part of our plan moving forward in this series. Now that Mikey's free of the Nevermind, what does he decide to do? Does he do the right thing now that he's free from lore, or continue to bring the war to Earth? And then I continue with, and poor Raya, please tell me her wings will heal. Obviously not. Mikey was just a little too calm about pointing out that her wings melted, don't you think? Well, all I can do is wait for next month. Actually, I don't even know when the next issue is coming out. What's that about? That was when they took that whole 5-6 month break between issue 29 and 30. Yeah. And so Sean continues to say, we took a longer than normal break, and that was the best thing we could do. As I write, Andrei is drawing number 35, and will roll right into the next arc, shortening the gaps between arcs as we lock in on number 50, 2020, It All Ends. Excuse me? What? Are you telling me that another one of my favorite series, is getting ready to end? And so I asked that in my next letter, which hopefully we get answered in this week's issue. And so Joshua Williamson closes with that was on me. I was taking my sweet time on things, but it was the best thing. It was best that we take a break to print on a regular schedule than to be scattered. Now we're rolling into some crazy stories. So yeah, that's the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys liked it, and if you did, drop a like, show the love, hit that subscribe button to get more of my videos, ring the bell to get notifications on when I post new videos, so that way you guys stay updated and don't miss out. And like I said, let me know if this is still a series you guys would like me to continue reviewing. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.